Hey guys, my name is Zach King, and welcome to Fleming Lumber's Social Media Marketing Plan, brought to you by me, Peyton, and Taylor. There are a multitude of benefits that would come from creating a social media marketing plan for Fleming Lumber. By creating a detailed marketing plan for Fleming, we could expand the reach of the business and increase the exposure that they could bring into their business. This would be accomplished by creating a detailed plan for how they will use their already existing social media channels, along with creating new social media channels on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. By creating social media accounts on these platforms, Fleming could reach a whole new audience that couldn't be reached solely on Facebook. Fleming Lumber Company is a business here in Cleveland that sells lumbers, tools, and other utility equipment that customers may need to complete construction work. Fleming's competitive advantage is that it is one of two businesses in Cleveland that deal in lumber and construction materials. With Fleming only having one in-town competitor, they don't have to worry about multiple competitors, so they don't have to move their resources around to battle multiple competitors. By creating a detailed social media marketing plan, Fleming can edge out their competition even more and raise their business levels. As they use this social media marketing plan, Fleming could use this increased success to expand to nearby cities. Fleming Lumber has only one social media channel, which is a Facebook account. With this Facebook account being their only source of social media influence, it has diminished their overall reach when it comes to the residents of Cleveland. Even with Fleming only having a Facebook account, they have still amassed a decent sized follower base that wants to see what new products and deals they have. In terms of a website, Fleming does have a website, but it has some issues. While the website has all the essential tools that a customer would need to make a purchase, the website lacks any kind of polish, with the website looking reminiscent of early 2000 websites. This has held Fleming back in terms of traffic on their website, as the customers would want a company's website to be reflective of the time. In this section, we will examine the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to Fleming. Fleming's strengths stem from their strong sense of customer service and continued excellence in serving the Cleveland area. Through this continued service to the community, Fleming has brought a lot of goodwill and trust from Cleveland residents. Fleming's weaknesses include their small size and outdated website. By being locally by being located inside a relatively small city, Fleming's customer base is relative to the city's population, so they can't bring in large flocks of customers they want. To contribute to their issue of bringing in customers is that their website is old and outdated by today's standards. This would have to be worked on to remove it from the weakness list. Fleming is in a good position to act on the number of opportunities inside Cleveland. While there only being one real competitor in Cleveland for Fleming, there is the opportunity to steal away the competition's customers and add them to their own. There is also the opportunity to expand into nearby cities to tap into new customer bases. Like the opportunities, Fleming's threats come from their competitor or future competition. If their in-town competition were to get the leg up on Fleming, then they could do some serious damage by stealing some of Fleming's customers. Other than their in-town competition, if a hardware store like Lowe's were to come to Cleveland, it could drive Fleming out of business. With Fleming being a relatively small business, their goals will be smaller and easier to achieve. Their main goal will be to increase their daily customer traffic in the store, which will allow them to expand their business. This will be accomplished through the establishment of new social media channels on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. To achieve these goals, Fleming will have to begin to curate their content in their social media posts to more specific audiences, depending on the social media outlets. Younger consumers, like the up-and-coming plumbers and electricians, as well as the hunters in the area, are more likely to use Instagram and TikTok, so we would need to curate our advertisements to cater more towards that demographic than we do on our Facebook posts. Farmers will most likely stick to Facebook and Twitter to be able to watch more about the state of the economy and to try and monitor how their crops may yield, as well as how to budget for the year. Our main target market for Fleming lumber would be people around the city who are looking to build onto houses or start projects in their yard, plumbers and electricians. Hunters and farmers would be a big target for us too. They use lumber to build things on the farm or in the woods. Being in Cleveland, we have a select pick of customers or people that need lumber, so we must target our best chances of sales. Our best chances of selling lumber through social media would be Facebook. Instagram and Twitter would not locate our best target market to sell lumber in Cleveland. Facebook would locate the older house owners in Cleveland and would also give us exposure to local farmers and hunters in town or in our general location. The best way to monitor or run our social media page on Fleming Lumber would be to include new lumber that we get in or include lumber sales that would grab people's attention and make them want to buy from us. I believe social media is one of the best ways to advertise if you can grab the viewer's attention. Being a lumber company would be hard to grab attention, but if you can get customers and positive opinion, Fleming could grow throughout the community quicker. Considering that Facebook is currently the largest social media platform for the company, and that most of Fleming Lumber's audience is of age mainly to use Facebook, most of the $500 budget would be used on Facebook, about $300. Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company, so the content can be posted to each platform simultaneously. Instagram would be used to attract up-and-coming roofers, plumbers, and electricians, and many of your younger generation hunters, so about $100 would need to go to advertising efforts on Instagram. Twitter could help us attract more of the younger generations of farmers that may use the app, as well as some of the older generations that use Twitter to keep track of politics and other worldly news, so roughly $75 would need to go to Twitter. Lastly, a small percentage of new consumers would be on TikTok, which would most likely be the newest generation of plumbers and electricians, so the last $25 would go towards marketing efforts on TikTok. Fleming would either need to hire new personnel to run and manage the social media accounts for the new platforms that they are integrating into, or train some of the current employees on how to use the social media platforms, as well as how to read the analytics from different posts to see what demographics are seeing these posts the most. Fleming should make a post on each platform 2 times a week to start out, so that the employees can get a proper grasp of the content, the concept of what exactly they are looking for in the analytics, and to start off small so that they can ease into possibly uploading more often in the future. In terms of monitoring content, the new employees hired to create the post should already know the ins and outs of the social media platforms and be able to keep a close watch on how content is performing, and would most likely need to seek help from the employees that have been there for a while to be able to answer consumer inquiries to the best of their ability. If no employees are hired, the current employees should learn how to properly monitor the content and its performance while in training. When responding to inquiries from followers, they will already know a decent amount of information about the products that the company sells, so they should be able to provide adequate information and feedback to these inquiries and point the followers in the right direction.